Hello. Hello. We have a Hazel Basil here who deserves to go outside. So we're going to have to make these patch notes quick. We have 3 streams today. Hello. 3 streams. I have 2 playoffs to cast. One finished up last night, the other finished up today. Is finishing up today. It's not played yet. So we have 3 streams today before the patch tomorrow. Should be a big day. Gonna let people arrive here for a second. I've not read these patch notes as I literally hit start on the stream like as soon as they came out. One of my mods pinged me and said the patch notes were loading. But dude, he pinged me as the page wasn't even ready. It just said 404 page not found. That's how on top of it Nalnish was when he pinged me and told me to fire this shit up. So I did. So you're going to be like the first ones hearing about the patch notes. This is guaranteed the world first patch note stream for 4.2. Well, it's funny that they do 4.2.0 because weren't we already on 4.2? I mean, whatever. It's fine. While people gather, I need to put up one piece of text here. Because it happens all the fucking time on our patch notes streams, and it's really annoying, so I need to just get ahead of it. All right. That's just up there because like every patch notes stream, man, people join in and it's alphabetical, right? It's alphabetical, and we're on like Tzeentch, and they go, "Were there any changes to Beastmen? What were they? Just go through them again because I arrived now, and that means you have to go back to my favorite faction." It's like, nah, dude, you can rewind. It's alphabetical. Keep rewinding until you see B. Turn on your virus protection. It should be on. Why would it not be on? It should be on. I have Bitdefender on. Yeah. Alright. Let's get into it. We got 25 people gathered. What is in patch 4.2.0? That is going to be annoying. That is going to annoy the shit out of me. Because we were already on patch 4.2, weren't we? So why are we on 4.2.0? Just do 0.1. Fuck you. All right, whatever. New units and stuff. Yada yada. I'll probably skip that through most campaign things because I don't care about them. I'm not a big campaign guy. I play campaign sometimes, but I'm not enough of an expert on it that you need to care about my opinion. Announces the Chaos Lord of Tzeentch, Exalted Hero of Tzeentch. That's fine. They're both just melee characters with halberds. Centaurs of Tzeentch. We've seen all this in the roster updates, so I'm going to scroll through them because everybody and their grandmother has read through those posts. We care about we just care about the let's fucking go! That's actually huge. I know no one cares about it besides me, but that's huge. The bloom is calmed down on the High Elves, which it desperately needed. Holy shit, casting the High Elves was weird. I almost had like an epileptic seizure every time the High Elves were on a sunny map. Let's go. Alright, good change already. Corruption borders. Sure, don't care. Sure, don't care. Shout out to the modders. Okay. Alright, gameplay. Landmark buildings, okay. Campaign. Who gives a shit about that? Alright, cool. Battle highlights. Rampage rework. One of the biggest notes in the patch that we completely worked the way that Rampage functions. Okay. I'm not against it. Used to work by tracking 2 hit points, 75% and 40%. Token, yada yada. Have a Rampage attribute, have a visible enemy within 150 meters to melee, haven't taken a hit, not be routing. Okay, whatever. With these changes, a unit with the Rampage attribute will be uncontrollable and will attack the nearest enemy unit. When there are no enemy units nearby, a Rampaging unit will move around randomly instead. With these changes, it's a lot clearer what the attribute actually does. If your unit has Rampage, they'll be uncontrollable. If they do not, they function as normal. The random movement exhibited by Rampage movement units when there are no enemies nearby is new behavior, as units used to stand still when they're rampaging and there's no enemies nearby. Okay. Units don't inherently have Rampage anymore. Instead, we've given them a new ability, Feral Rage 1 and 2. Okay. That's fine. Question. Did you fucking fix Rampage so that it doesn't proc literally infinitely? Because now, if it still procs infinitely, my units are just going to stand around running in circles. Because the only shining light used to be if nothing was nearby them, they would finally calm down and I would get them back. But if they still infinitely rampage, but now if there's nothing nearby, they just run in circles, then that's just a dead unit. Oh my god. They better have fixed that bug if this is how they're doing Rampage. And it doesn't say anywhere. It doesn't say anywhere that they fixed the bug. So I'm not sure that they did. Like, they could shadow fix it. That is for sure a thing. Especially... Now, here's the positive. If they're reworking Rampage in general, you would think that they would notice the Rampage bug because it's very obvious and very common, right? So they would have probably fixed it. But it doesn't say in here, by the way, we know that, like, 50% of units would Rampage infinitely, and we got rid of that. We care about campaign? My thing about campaign is I'm not enough of a campaign expert to tell you anything about it that you don't know. Like, most people know more about campaign than me. So what am I going to say here? Right, like, this is how it looked before, this is how it looks now. Okay. I don't have any insight there. So, like, you can read through the patch notes on your own and figure out that stuff. But if I have no idea what it is, then I'm literally just reading them to you and going, I don't know what that means. I have no opinions. So I skip through campaign stuff because I'm not good at it. All right. Stealth Lizardman update. When it comes to Rampage, we've also taken the opportunity to stealthily update the Lizardman in battle slightly, with some new thematic abilities from the original army books. Special shout out to Lore Master of Sotek, who has been campaigning for Spawnkin for a while. When skinks and crocscores are in proximity to one another, skinks gain the Cause Fear attribute, and crocscores gain a buff to their weapon strength. Yeah, because skinks and crocscores needed buffs, guys! I mean, crocscores, like, baby, they were fine. But skinks, God forbid every army is 20 goddamn skinks. Oh, it is? Thank God we buffed them. That's so dumb. Holy shit. Okay, whatever. We buffed skinks, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Predatory Fighter. A unit with this ability gains a small portion of melee attack and speed whenever an enemy that they have fought is routing. This allows Source and other Predator-type units to have a definite edge. So we buffed everything else! Why? Why did Lizardmen need buffs? Why? You buffed their whole roster! Is it a Croxagore? Hold on, no. Is it a Croxagore? It gets weapon strength buffs if it's near skinks. If it's skinks, it gets a Cause Fear if near a Croxagore. And the rest of them get melee attack and speed if anything routes. Holy shit. Current live build is 4.1.4. Alright, Daryl. Fair enough, thanks. I thought it was 4.2, but you're right. That's awful. Alright, Sacred Duty. And, okay, it's cool, but on an S tier faction. So for multiplayer is what I'm worried about, right? Sacred Duty, Eternal Duty. Temple Guard now gain Cause, Fear, and immune to Psychology when standing next to a Lord or Hero. That's fine. They should have had ITP anyway. Offering Cause, Fear, and Unbreakable. Whoa. This upgrades to Eternal Duty for the Star Chamber Guardians Regiment of Renown. It's unbreakable. The Star Chamber Guardians are going to be unbreakable when they're standing next to a Lord or Hero. Oh, no! Solar Engine. Any Lizardman unit positioned near a Solar Engine will now regain vigor! Regain what? What is this? What is this? any Lizardman unit positioned near a solar engine will regain vigor. So every solar engine just has Thoric's aura now. Every solar engine! Lore Master of Sotek, you son of a bitch! What are you doing? He goes to CA and he's like, boys, my Lizardmen, we need perfect vigor. We need cause fear on a 300 gold chaff. We need more weapon strength. Source need more melee attack and speed, boys. What is this patch? Holy shit! This is awful so far. This is a horrible patch. Why? Why did this happen? This is the worst thing I've seen. Alright, boys. Unbreakable Temple Guard with perfect vigor, baby. Let's go. Holy shit. Okay. That's awful. On Raksha, yes, it's Sotek's fault. Dude, they called him out in the patch. I don't know what you want from me there. They said, thanks to Lore Master of Sotek, we have these cool new abilities. Alright, new attributes. The Elemental attribute works very much like the existing Demonic and Undead attributes. Elementals cannot be routed, but take damage when their leadership is broken. Elementals also have physical resistance and fear to terror. Cool, fear and terror immunity. Oh, dude! Yes! Yes! Great change! Great change. Incarnate Elemental Beast is now no longer an unbreakable monster. It can be demonic crumbled. Onyx Crowmen are no longer leadership based. They just demonic instability crumble. Great change! Great change! Crowmen don't rout? Yeah, no, but they take, it's like a demonic unit, right? They're gonna take leadership damage, so they'll crumble away. Unbreakable Crowmen. But no, they're not unbreakable. It works like demonic and undead. But they take damage when their leadership is broken. Yeah. No. Like, yeah. It's not, I would not say it's a Crowman buff. Because Crowman already fought until they were almost dead. Like, have you ever tried to break a Crowman? Shit's impossible. But this is just like, they'll die. They won't keep coming, you know, they won't rout and come back and rout and come back. They'll just crumble away. Now, it depends on, the damage, right? If the damage is closer to demonic instability, then that's fucking amazing. If it's closer to undead, then yeah, that's bullshit. If it's somewhere in between, then that's fine. So I think if they did undead crumbling for them, which I don't, the numbers aren't here, right? The numbers aren't here. But if they did undead crumbling, yeah, that's stupid bullshit, then I agree with you. But if they did like demonic instability, boom, Crowmen are like fine. They're a fine unit now. Because they're like Furies. You know, you get one good rear charge on them and all of a sudden they're fucking dead. Yeah. Alright, constructs. The eagle-eyed among you may notice that this attribute is not new, whatever. Much like the undead, demonic, and elemental, this attribute prevents a unit that applied it from being routed, but damage is applied when leadership is broken. We have now applied the construct attribute to several other things. Okay, so they also did the same to Terracotta Sentinels, the new hero, Jade Lions, Jet Lions, Rogue Idols are now unbreakable, quote-unquote, but they'll take damage. That's fine. That's also fine. Because it was weird to see a Jade Lion rout. It was weird to see a Jade Lion route. Hey, is that a living statue? Ah, I got scared and ran off. You spooked it. You spooked it, you son of a bitch. Glorious Charge. This attribute comes from the Kislev Army book. Charging an enemy unit, charge bonus duration is doubled. An enemy unit takes a leadership penalty as if they've been attacked in the flank. Winged Lancers, Griffin Legion, Boris, Golden Knight, Cetra the Imperishable. Okay, Cetra's fine. And Kislev's Heavy Cav could use a buff, right? They could use a buff. That's fine. I will say, do they need the buff right now? Does Kislev need more buffs right now? So, so far in the patch, the whole Lizardman roster got buffed. Kislev got buffed. Oh god. Immune to flanking. Units with this attribute no longer take penalties when flanked. Bastiladons can't get flanked anymore. Lore Master of Sotek, you fucking Lizardman apologist. What is this? Alright, revealed. Units with this attribute are permanently visible to enemies regardless of line of sight. The hide, forest, stalk, and spottable traits are also negated by this attribute when revealed is generally used offensively to reveal enemy units. Silence. Units with silenced cannot use active abilities or spells. This attribute is generally offensively used to shut down spellcasters. Okay, they added silenced exists. That means something must apply silence, right? Mount scale fix. So Boris and Franz are no longer on teeny tiny mounts. Races and balances. We fix the spotting range for a number of units, such as Empire's War Wagons. Okay. Fix some technologies that modify diplomatic relations. Remove Pillar of Bone landmark from the Ogre Kingdoms. Fix an issue where Beastmen, Warriors, and Chaos Rebels would suffer. Fix an issue where Occupy Settlement. So most of that's campaign stuff again, which I know literally nothing about, so I'm going to skip past. I just don't. I don't have any insight on it. Fix the lore of wild spells, Viletide and Traderkin having the wrong cooldown reductions in character skills. Again, that's campaign. Cool. Alright. Beastmen, campaign stuff. Don't know anything about it. Skipping it. Zongors buffed. Why? Zongors got a 50 gold cost decrease, 20 more models. Their barrier health went down. Additional hit points went down. Leadership went down. Melee attack went down. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay. So they're getting reworked for some reasons. But their melee attack goes down by 11, which is a lot. Their armor goes down by 30, which is a lot. Melee defense up by 8. So they're turning them into a tanky frontline unit. Interesting. I don't know if I like that change, but I also don't dislike it. It's just weird. Yeah, that's fine. Zongors were previously a bit confused on their marked Gors or marked Bestigors. They came to the negotiation table. We've agreed they're marked Gors. Okay, fine. Incarnate Elemental Beast, 100 gold cost increase. Instead of being unbreakable, it only has 70 leadership. It gets 20% spell resistance, which is dumb, but sure. Bonus versus infantry 10, but bonus versus large goes from 35 to 0. Ooh! New ability Howl of the Great Beast. Removed attributes Unbreakable and Woodsman. Added Strider and Elemental. What is Howl of the Great Beast? It doesn't tell me. Okay. Fix Beastman, Beastlord stuff. Okay, cool. Bretonia. I am not very happy with how short this section is. Units, the Green Knight got 15% physical resistance increase. Bretonia got buffs. Bretonia got buffs. Bretonia got buffs. Woo! They needed the buffs. They weren't the S tier. God damn it! Fuck this patch. Okay, it's fine. Lizardman buffed. Kislev buffed. Bretonia buffed technically. That's fine. Chaos Dwarves untouched. That's okay. They were fine. Mid tier. Dark Elves. Master got cheaper on all of his mounts. Witch Elves got Witch Brew. Removed the Madness of Cain constant effect. Ooh, that really nerfs Witch Elves. But Sister Singing Doom also got Witch Brew. Harganeth Executioner's got ITP. Great! So the fucking Dark Elf Soulstealer Lord is still untouched, so that's going to be the only fucking Lord we ever see. Okay, that's fine. Dwarf Ancestor Spirits got their physical resistance reduced to the normal level, otherwise they're untouched. Okay, fine. I mean, at this point, all I really want for Dwarves is most of their Lords to get buffs besides Thoric. Thoric is honestly in an okay spot right now. He's fine, but the other Lords are still really struggling, so they need buffs. The rest of the Dwarf roster is fine. Alright, Grand Cathay. Technology Tree Rebalance. Again, I'm skipping it because I don't know anything about campaign to provide you any insight. You can read that in your own time. Yanbo gets buffs. 15 melee attack. Oh, but he loses 15 melee defense. Okay. His charge bonus goes up. His armor goes up. His base weapon damage goes up. His armor piercing goes up. He lost Executioner, but Executioner is now present on the ability granted on his unique item, the Dragon's Fane. Okay, so he didn't really lose Executioner. He just has to take Dragon's Fane to get it. In Dragon form, he got 10 melee attack, lost 10 melee defense, got more charge bonus. So Yumbo got buffed. So let's buff Cathay 2. Let's buff Cathay 2. Jesus Christ. Okay, Celestial General. He took a 250 cost increase, lost hit points, gained leadership and armor, gained damage. Okay, that's overall a nerf, though. That's a huge cost increase for him. Even though no one ever took him, so I don't know why he's getting nerfed, but sure, whatever. Same stuff to his horse. And on his Longma. Lord Magistrate, 150 gold cost decrease. Looks like across the board. Nah, only 50 on his Sky Lantern, but whatever. Grace of Kiyin. Such Dragon Crossbows get flaming attacks. Onyx Croman. They added Elemental and Yin, removed Yang. So now they... If I know that correctly, that means they provide the ranged attack buff, which means they can pair up with melee units and give them harmony buffs. They did get a cost increase. They lost leadership. They lost melee attack. They gained physical resistance because of being, like, whatever. They got magic attacks. And they now have the correct multiplayer cap. That is a weird change that overall I might say is a buff. I don't know. Well, it depends on if they're demonic instability crumbling or more like undead crumbling. But, like, without that in mind, they now provide the ranged form of Yin, so they're good for that. So I don't know if that's a nerf overall. Like, it seems weird because their cost went up, but they got physical resistance. They lost leadership, lost melee attack, but they got magic attacks. I think overall it's a nerf, but it's weird. It's weird that they would get the Yin buff. Stop doing that. Stop giving so many things stuff to give more harmony. Harmony is toxic. Stop doing that. Then the Empress Croman got similar stuff. Jade Lion. It got 800 more HP, lost 10 leadership because now it's not going to route, it's just a construct or whatever. Lost its physical resistance, gained missile resistance, got magic attacks, removed flammable contact effect. Okay, so kind of a side grade there for him. Jet Lion, very similar. Ooh, that's actually horrendous for... Okay, well, it's a good buff, but, like, horrendous for fighting him. The Jet Lion now adds silence, so if it attacks you, you can't use your abilities. Mobile Harmony is better than Box Harmony? That is true, but side note, fuck Harmony in general. It's a stupid mechanic, the way it's currently working. It also could mean, Loopy, it also could mean you could just have a Croman sitting above your army providing the buff, though. Like, you don't have to unbox. You could just have a flying form of it instead of a ranged form. Because ranged units can actually die. You could just have an unbreakable Croman sitting above your army. Alright. Terracotta Sentinel. Its leadership's 75. Missile resistance now has 15%. Okay. Zhangyu War Drum. Added Encourage. Removed Spell Mastery. Harmony Application up to 50%. But that's about it. I still don't think this thing will be taken because it's too expensive. War Drum's still unbreakable? I believe so. And that's really it. Alright, so Cathay overall, I think overall got buffs. If I had to generalize it, because Yambo got buffs. Croman got like weird side grade, maybe a nerf. Jet Lion got buffed. Jade and Jet Lion both got some weird sideways changes. War Drums got buffed. And then the Grace of Kiyin getting flaming attacks is pretty huge. Overall, there are some cool changes in this patch so far. Some very cool changes, but as far as multiplayer balance goes, this has actually just been a disaster. All four of the S tier factions debatably got buffs. Maybe Grand Cathay went sideways. Maybe. But that is some horrendous shit here. Oh no. Okay. Well, whatever. Azhag's Skullmuncher mount just has some better textures, which is fine. Rogue Idols got buffs. Lost 300 gold recruitment cost, but they are no longer unbreakable. They have that construct thing instead, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, 300 gold is a lot, so I still think that's overall buff to Rogue Idols, but being a construct instead of being unbreakable is probably worse. Right. The Big Inn only got a 100 gold cost decrease. So that's rough. You'll never see the Big Inn then. I use the basic Rogue Idol on some builds, but you'll never see the Big Inn for that much money. If it's no longer unbreakable, that's just not worth it. High Elves! No nerfs to Imrik, so I guess we'll just keep seeing him. Missile resist buff. Noble cost decrease, so that's a buff. Alright, so High Elves got some buffs. Corn! Nothing. Kislev. Kataryn. Removed Ice Shards, got Guardian's Call, so she can summon a Snow Leopard instead of Ice Shard. Ice Shard sucked anyway, so wait. Or was... That wasn't her crown, because she has, like, Crown of Ice or something. I think Ice... It was Ice Shard the straight shot that sucked. Because if Ice Shard was the crown in a circle, then that's actually a nerf to Kataryn. But if Ice Shard was the straight shot that sucks, then this is a buff. Ice Switch of Ice, removed Glacial Blast, gained Ice Shard. Frost Maiden, same. Hag Witch. Oh! That is a big nerf. Ice Shard was the missile ability? Oh, and that's a buff to Kataryn. Alright, Hag Witch lost a lot of HP. She lost 1400 HP. Lost, 8 ammo. Mother Ostankya... 50 gold cheaper, but she lost 2,000 hit points, lost 7 ammunition, and lost her ward save. Oh! Oh, it's beautiful! Finally, something in this patch is going right. Okay, Mother Ostankya took some big nerfs, boys. Big nerfs. Akshina Ambushers removed splash attacks, calibration distance increased. Wait, decreased. That's fine. Wolf Hearts removed splash attacks, same. The Streltsy ROR got a 5 melee attack increase, a 2 melee defense decrease, and a charge bonus. Incarnate Elemental Beast, we covered it in the Beastman section briefly, but here it is again. Things in the Woods got a 75 gold cost increase. Number of entities is up. Additional hit points is down. Total HP remains the same. It's just spreading it out among the stuff. They can no longer brace, which I didn't know they could, but they did get a little more armor. Mordheim Beowulfs. Sorry, Lucinia's getting mad. Mordheim Beowulfs, Things in the Woods, Recruitment Cross, similar stuff overall. Things in the Woods Ethereal. That must be a campaign thing. I've never seen those, but whatever. Half the size, but now the full Ethereal package. These are the units summoned by the Hag Witch. Oh. Okay, so those might be coming to multiplayer, but they have less entities, so... Okay, that's fine. Griffin Legion cost increase, but they got Glorious Charge. Winged Lancers cost increase, but they got Glorious Charge. Okay, that's kind of weird. Why would you bother buffing them and then just increase their cost anyway? It's not a big deal, but it is just a little dumb. Boris got leadership buffs for God knows what reason. Boyar got buffs, that's fine. He was pretty whatever. Ice Witches got leadership buffs. Don't know why they needed that. Kossar's got Woodsman. Streltsy get buffs. Okay, Elemental Bear lost its Unbreakable, got the Elemental treatment. Little Grom got 50 bonus versus large, and its reload time decreased. Okay, so we needed buffs, boys. Kislev needed buffs, boys. So Kislev got buffs. Okay, I mean, fine. Yes, Mother Ostankya was nerfed. But, like, everything else got fucking buffed. I think Things in the Woods maybe got nerfed. Yes. Yeah, okay. Things in the Woods got a little nerfed. Mother Ostankya got a little nerfed. But everything else in here is a buff. So, Kislev's a side grade at worst. I honestly think it was a buff. Little Grom got a huge buff, and he was already quite solid. Kossar's got fucking Woodsman for whatever reason. Lizardmen. We already know they all got buffs. Like, you don't have to do this section again. Okay. Ripperdactyls, visibility range minimum decreased, I guess. I don't really know what that attributes to anything. Pterodon Riders got Woodsman. Tic-Tac-Toe got Woodsman. Red Crested Skinks, all skinks are going to get the attribute Skink. Temple Guard got 55% missile block chance instead of 35%, and they got their Sacred Duty. Okay, so they get more missile resist. Alright. Bastildons have the immune to flanking. Croxagor's got the Croxagor thing. Chameleon Stalkers got a buff. They now take 50 less gold to increase, which, like, sure, Chameleon Stalkers are a bad unit, so they need buffs. Like, I get that, but also, this whole fucking roster is so goddamn strong. Please. Please nerf them. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Everything's fine. Bastildon Rev Crystals can't get flanked anymore, guys. That's fine. Norska. Very short page. Chaos Frost Dragon. is no longer the Frost Worm. It's just got changed. Just renamed. Norsca got renamed, guys. Nurgle, no buffs. Skaven, no buffs. No buffs, guys. Guys, no buffs for Skaven. Lizardmen? Buffs, baby. Buffs, baby. Buff the Lizardmen, baby. More Lizardmen buffs. Skaven? Ah, fuck those dudes. Alright, Slaanesh. Demonettes of Slaanesh. Base weapon damage increase. This change was set in a previous patch notes, but not implemented. Okay, so Demonettes of Slaanesh got a base weapon damage. And Bringers of Beguilement lost their contact effect. It went from Rampage to Charged. Okay, so they suck. I mean, the only reason you wanted to take them was for Rampage. The Empire. Nothing. The Tomb Kings. Cetra. Haha, funny joke, you put in all of his titles, but also this patch has been really bad, so maybe don't make a joke when you're making a bad patch. He got Glorious Charge. Tomb Prince, cost decrease across the board on all of his mounts. And then Usurian's Incantation, Legion of the Netherworld. The Nehekar Warriors, that's a campaign-only unit, so I don't care about it. Tzeentch. Okay. Aecold Hellbrass, minus 10 melee defense. That's fine, I guess. He gains Deadly Onslaught and Foe Seeker, but that's whatever. Blue Scribes. Recruitment cost in multiplayer goes from negative 600 to negative 700. I don't know what that means, but okay. The Changeling, recruitment cost from 1,000 to 400. And then he gained 15 melee defense. So the Changeling, they're trying to make him viable. Zongors, we covered it before. Cockatrice, 200 gold cost decrease. So Tzeentch is getting buffs. Ooh, actually, no. That's a side grade or a downgrade. Cockatrice getting nerfs, which is a little weird, but okay. 1,300 to 1,100 recruitment cost, but he loses 1,000 HP for it. Mutal Vortex Beast lost 2,000 HP. Oh, I mean, yeah, fuck that thing, but oh. It gains 20 bonus versus infantry. It lost all of its bonus versus... I love that the Mutal Vortex Beast and the Incarnate Elemental of Beasts come out. They both are anti-large, armor-piercing, duelist Mortis engines, and then the next patch, CA's like, never mind, fuck that. Like, that was a dumb idea. Alright, so the Mutalith getting gutted, actually. 5 melee defense, but lost 13 melee attack, lost all of its bonus versus large, gaining a bonus versus infantry, and it did get 15% missile resistance, but it also lost 2,000 HP. The big Aesion, the Fallen, Mutal Vortex Beast, ROR, took all the same nerfs, but now it got an Aura of Mutation. I don't know what that is. I think it's maybe the Mortis Engine effect, so it's not dog shit anymore. Heralds of Tzeentch getting Strider. Flamers of Tzeentch got higher leadership. Doom Knights of Tzeentch getting Strider. Pretty much anything that's riding on the disc gets Strider, is what it's saying here. Exalted Flamer got more leadership, longer calibration distance, better area, less base explosive damage, less arm-piercing explosive damage. Projectiles now spawn moving flame vortexes. That's interesting. I don't know if that's better or worse. Burning Chariot of Tzeentch, similar stuff. Vampire Coast. Very little changes. Charge Reflection and Charge Defense versus Large for the Polearms. Admiral. Count Noctilus now gives Encourage. Dan Paladin will capture points of settlement battles, though. Okay. Counts. Nothing, really. Vlad von Karstein's Guild, Lore Master, Lore of Vampires. Lore Master, sorry. Lore of Vampires gives a Winds of Magic reduction to the transformation of Katahdin spell rather than Curse of Ears. Okay. Warriors of Chaos. Chaos Lord of Khorne got a cost reduction very, very slight across some of his mounts. Chaos Lord of Tzeentch got Disc of Tzeentch and Strider for those discs he already had. Exalted Hero Khorne got a cost reduction. That's really it. Wood Elves. Malevolent Tree Man got some capture power, baby. All right, end of list. Unit ability. Okay, so the running thing you'll see is a lot of the existing abilities that cause Rampage are going to decrease in duration to account for the increased reliability. We marked each ability affected by this Rampage text. Okay. The following changes to Rampage, we faced the dilemma of handling Slunish's army-wide abilities. We weren't quite happy with the power level versus the accessibility of each tier. We've shuffled both the order and effects of these around a bit. This also applies to campaign. So, Sweet Sorrow, Narcissism... Wait. So, Fascination. The Rampage is now a Tier 3 army ability. With double the direct damage. Narcissism is a Tier 2. So, your Rampage is now a Tier 3 army ability. Okay. With the updated Rampage, this ability was proving itself a bit too scary as the first one available to Slaanesh. Instead, now it rests at the top end. Okay. Narcissism gets a small buff to duration to more completely compete more evenly Fascination and dedicated control role. Okay, so Narcissism is 3 seconds longer. That's about it. Then Sweet Sorrow. It goes from being the Tier 3 army ability of Slaanesh that gave you speed and vigor back is now your Tier 1 ability, and it only affects a single target. That sounds awful. Why would I want to give one unit some vigor and speed with my army ability? That sounds terrible. Okay. Curse of Jaff, Rampage, active time down from 22 seconds to 13, fermented fungi down from 17 to 15, language of Du Bois, effect range is up 20 meters, which is fine. Twisted Twin, which is Villach's thing, maximum melee defense and melee attack is up. Celestial Sweep is the Celestial General, the basic Grand Cathay General guy. Magic and flaming damage adjustments tiny. Crown of Claws, effect range, that's Mother Ostankia's thing, missile resistance, goes up in effect range. Rage Embodied, that's Scarbrand. Its active duration is down from 35 seconds to 15, but its recharge time is up, down from 90. Okay, so Scarbrand got nerfed. Holy shit, Scarbrand got nerfed. If I'm reading these correctly, because isn't one of these, he rampages himself, but he gets like 50% more damage? If I'm remembering that correctly, if one of these is his damage buff, it's getting reduced in duration because of Rampage, but, like, it takes his fucking damage with it. So Scarbrand's getting nerfed. Seductive Glory Rampage, active time is 15 seconds. Wait, what is Seductive Glory? Hang on. I don't know what Seductive Glory is. I thought it was the Bringer's Beguilement RR ability. I don't know what it is, but it's getting reduced in time. Okay. Wrathful Reaper. Rampage is down half its time. Dragon's Fang added Executioner. Quest abilities. No one cares. Exalted Keeper ability for Rampage. I see. Wrathful Reaper is the damage buff. Okay, so Wrathful Reaper's time is cut in half. Oh. Alright, rip Scarbrand even more, I guess. Armor of Darkness. Oh, okay, spells. This is the last hope. Maybe, like, we get some nerfs on some OP shit. Armor of Darkness for Skaven is up in duration by 33%, which is fine, but it's still probably going to be bad. Ice Sheet is up in duration. Hysterical Frenzy Rampage, active time is cut in half. Hysterical Rampage upgraded actually got an active time increase. But Overcast no longer increases the damage bonus. Overcast now doubles the duration from the base of 22 seconds. That's still going to be bad. Like, Hysterical Frenzy is bad. Hysterical Frenzy is a Slaanesh spell that gives you some damage increase, but it rampages your own units. It rampages your own units, and it's getting cut in half for its duration, so that spell just sucks now. Pavilion of Slaanesh, active time actually is increased, though the Winds of Magic cost is up, and it has a fatigue drain. But it removed Rampage? Why would you remove Rampage? This is awful! This is the worst thing! Holy shit! Scarbrand got a massive buff because you can now Rampage everyone regardless of their HP? Is that true? Hang on. I have to reread the Rampage thing to understand this, because I thought it was just... So now, It's a lot clearer what the attribute is. A unit with the Rampage attribute with uncontrollable attack the nearest enemy unit. There are no enemy units or rampaging unit move around instead. With these changes, it's a lot clearer what the attribute actually does. If units rampage, they be uncontrollable, they can't function. So, no, it's the same. It's the same. Because, like, he already could rampage people once below a certain hit point threshold. Dude, Pop Palpatine, I don't think you're correct on that. I don't think you're correct on that, dude. Because, look, it implies, like, Feral Rage is put on you. It only gets one use, and it's if you're less than 75%. And then the Feral Rage 2 gets put on you, and it only works if you're less than 25%. It's not like he Scarbrand or anybody else has this aura that just rampages people at 100% HP, and it only has one use. Rampage is the same. They just tried to make it more, like, consistent, I guess. Because it says they only have one use. But Scarbrand doesn't give Feral Rampage, he causes Rampage. Okay, so you guys are saying that there's a different ability that just causes Rampage literally no matter what. Okay. So Scarbrand gives people Rampage no matter what, but its reduction, it's still cut in half. Weird. We'll have to see it in practice. Yeah, we'll have to see it in practice. Alright, Thorn's Aura got a time decrease, so that's Hellbrass's thing. Applies a buff to allies instead of a debuff to enemies. All previous effects removed, and now has 14 damage reflection. Okay, so Thorn's Aura sucks now. Fires of Change got a ward save 1% reduction. That's the end of the spells, so no healing nerfs. Lizardmen buffs. Bretonnia buffs. Grand Cathay side grade or buffs. Kislev buffs. Cool. Fury of Cain, Rampage, active time down from 62 to 28 seconds. Bonus weapon strength up 50 from 25 to 50%. Primal Instincts only gives 5 melee attacks instead of 10. Standing with Dragon Emperor gives reload buff. Fury of Falling Blade as what? Removes speed buff, adds cause fear. I don't know what Fury of Falling Blade is. Nangao grenades now get 2 uses instead of 1. And they have a recharge time. Their armor-piercing missile damage went from 40 down to 3. Their base explosion damage went up. Their armor-piercing explosion damage went up. And their radius went up. Okay. I'm not really good at knowing what the explosion damage is versus the regular damage. Nangao grenades now cause the unit to steadily carpet bomb the area behind them over 10 seconds. We've moved more of the damaging explosions than direct grenade impacts. Give you better focus on bombardment. Okay. Guardian Shield, don't know what that is, but effect range is up. Number of affected enemy units from 0 to -1? I don't know what that means. Added negates enemy magical weapons in this area. Petrifying Gaze, number of uses -1 to 1. I really don't know what's going on with the negative numbers here. I don't understand it. Okay. And then Berserk, Rampage, duration... Stage 1, duration 66 to 70 seconds. Stage 2 is 30 to 20. -1 means infinite? Oh. Weird. Alright, graphics. I don't care about any of those graphics changes. There we are. Been excited to finally get this update in your hands. Can't wait for you to jump in and try it out tomorrow. Be sure to let us know your feeling updating over on our forums. So you should definitely go to the forums. And yeah. That was not a good patch. Not a good patch at all. That was terrible. That was fucking garbage. Okay, alright. Well, my sadness is immeasurable. Goodbye, everybody.